I got an interesting email I wanted to share with you, and it has to do with the way in which candidates are referred to by me, but also by a lot of other people in the media, and who gets accorded the first name basis treatment. We certainly see this in the world of pop culture and entertainment. There are certain people who you don't need a last name, right? Madonna, Lady Gaga, and others. Cher, what's Cher's last name? Who even knows? But in the realm of politics, is there anything unusual or troubling about doing that? So here's an email from Carol K. who writes, I noticed something about the headlines at the bottom of the screen on your show. They included things like Trump's comment, not Donald, about Carly's face, not Fiorina, Hillary's, not Clinton, apology on ABC, Carson's, not Ben, comments about Trump, not Donald, and Biden's, not Joe, conversation with Colbert, not Stephen. Can you explain why the women are consistently referred to by their first names and the men are consistently referred to by their last names? And before you think I am a far-left liberal, I will disclose that I am an evangelical Christian, deeply conservative, stay-at-home mother of 6. Well, congratulations to you on that, Carol. And it's not limited to just women, because when I write headlines for my column or the show, or even just write a script setting up who we're going to talk about, I often talk about Jeb, because when I talk about Jeb, everybody knows I mean Jeb Bush. If you have a somewhat distinctive or unusual last name, then as far as I'm concerned, that's all you need. So everybody knows Hillary, everybody knows Jeb, everybody knows Carly, or is getting to know Carly, so you don't necessarily have to say Carly Fiorina. Now, Biden has a very common first name, Joe. If you just say Joe, it could be lots of Joes, so we tend to use Biden or Joe Biden. Same thing goes with Carson. He's getting to be a lot better well known, but if I just call him Ben, you're not going to be sure which Ben I'm talking about. So it's an unusual name, a distinctive name, but also the way the candidates position themselves. Jeb's logo is Jeb, exclamation point. I don't use the exclamation point, but it is Jeb. And a lot of, I used to agonize over this a little bit in the 2008 campaign. Is it fair to just talk about Hillary? Part of the reason I think a lot of us in the media talked about Hillary was because there was another Clinton named Bill who had been president of the United States. And so if you said Clinton, people would stop. Well, Bill or Hillary. Hillary's how that. But then Hillary's logo was Hillary, and Hillary's campaign would just put out things about Hillary. In other words, Hillary's paid advisors talked about her as Hillary. So therefore, I think it's okay for us to do so. I like it when somebody has a distinctive first name, male or female, because it makes it easier to fit into a headline, because it makes it easier to speak informally about them. But when they've got Joe or Jane or Jim, not so much. So no gender imbalance there. It all depends on whether you know who I'm talking about when I say Hillary, Jeb, Carly. But thanks for the email.